What's happening with y'all, man? We back, man. I've been battling a little bit of cold. I apologize. First video in a little while. But hey, we got a big topic we're talking about. You see the thumbnail, y'all see the title, man. We're here talking about JJ McCarthy potentially being traded to the Giants. And I don't know if you guys saw that game last night, but I think that trade is gone. That trade is gone. Before we dive into the video, man, if you're a Giants fan, make sure y'all subscribe down below. And if you're not a Giants fan, subscribe down below. Road to 10K, but especially 3K is on the way. So make sure y'all subscribe, like the video. And let's dive into it, y'all. JJ McCarthy is a polarizing player that's going to be talked about this whole offseason and talked about for other teams, a lot of various teams. Let's give a little bit of backstory. So the Minnesota Vikings last year drafted JJ McCarthy. The New York Giants passed on JJ McCarthy. They decided to not take him as they seeded at the number 6 overall pick, and they took Malik Nabers instead. A plethora of quarterbacks went after, and JJ McCarthy is one of them. The Minnesota Vikings drafted him. He ended up getting hurt in the preseason, out for the whole year, and decided to roll with Sam Darnold. Well, wasn't it a crazy decision for them? They rolled with Sam Darnold. They ended up winning 14 games on the season, heading into the playoffs. And last night, they just got defeated by the Los Angeles Rams. For the Vikings' sake and for everything, right? Leading into the playoffs, I was telling a lot of people, a lot of Giants fans, but a lot of Vikings fans as well, there is no way the Vikings can move on from Sam Darnold after what they just had, in this past season. One of the best quarterback performances that we've seen from the Vikings, and also specifically one of the best seasons that they've seen in a little while, coming from Sam Darnold. I mean, Sam Darnold was a guy that was a castaway. This is probably definitely going to be his last year on a team if he didn't ball out, and he ended up doing so, and he definitely earned himself some money. Now, even crazier, I just thought with 14 wins and a playoff berth, there's no way the Vikings can move off of Sam Darnold. Well, I don't know if anyone watched that game last night. Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts like his previous self. Sam Darnold did not have a good game yesterday. The last couple games that he hasn't had a good game. And definitely, I think you can, put all that JJ McCarthy hype to the side a bit. But let's say there's a world where, the Vikings keep Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy becomes available, and teams come calling. A lot of teams comes calling. They need a couple quarterbacks. Seems like there's only 2 premier quarterbacks in this draft. So teams are going to be trying to get JJ McCarthy off that team. New York Giants, are they a team that's potentially in play? Now, you've seen in my last couple videos, I spoke on whether the Giants are in striking range for a quarterback. Personally, for me, Titans are definitely taking a quarterback at 1. And if I'm the Browns, I'm taking a quarterback at 2. I don't care whatever they say with Deshaun Watson's cap hit and signing a bridge quarterback. I'm drafting a quarterback at 2. You don't land at 2 too often. So if that happens and the Giants are sitting at 3 with no quarterback, we already spoke on it. I think Travis Hunter is a slam dunk pick, but let's say they really, really, really need a quarterback, which obviously we know they do, but they really want one. Number 3 overall pick for JJ McCarthy. Is that a trade you pull off? Y'all let me know down in the comments, man. Is that a trade you pull off? I'm going to say no, and let me tell you why, man. The New York Giants had the chance to draft this man at number 6 overall just a year prior. In that 1 year span, what motivates you enough to say, yeah, man, we messed up. We passed on JJ McCarthy. Let's get him with the number 3 overall pick. What world is that? We all know the Giants wanted a quarterback in last year's draft, and they just couldn't get one because they were on the outside looking in. There was reports that they were trying to trade with the Patriots, trying to get Drake May on the team, and it didn't end up happening because they couldn't get a deal done, and they obviously were going to stay put and take their quarterback. So if they had the chance to take JJ McCarthy a year ago, JJ McCarthy has not played any football since. He had one preseason game, not even playoff. He had one preseason game, and then he got hurt. What in their analysis would say, yeah, at the number 3 overall pick, instead of drafting a player that's there, let's make a trade and try to get JJ McCarthy? Why would they do that? They didn't like him prior. I don't expect that they love him right now. And I understand when it comes to the needs with this draft class with the quarterbacks right now, a lot of people are saying, hey, JJ's a year younger than these guys. That's why, in my opinion, and you can go back to last year, I thought JJ McCarthy was going to go back to school. They just won the national championship, so definitely he was riding on that coattail. But if he stayed in school, he would have been the number 1 overall pick in this draft class. And I think we all probably can say the same. But that's why I'm not too sure. If the Giants would have loved him back then, they would have took him last year. They would have took him last year with everything that they had. Once again, that preseason game, he looked good, but it was a preseason. Then he got hurt with the knee injury. Are we sure he's going to be ready with that knee injury? Are we sure he's going to be okay moving forward? We don't know any of those things. The Vikings, right now, I can tell you, a lot of people in Vikings land, as much as I was making that argument saying there's no way you walk away from a Sam Darnold that, just won you 14 games and, won a playoff game. I didn't expect them to make it all the way, but they were one of the best teams in the NFL for a reason. They could have. Losing to the Rams is something that, I mean, shout out to my guy Vocal Vike. We're definitely going to check on his reaction, but I don't think they expected to lose that game. So for them to go out like that, I definitely think they're ready to turn the chapter, turn a new leaf, switch to JJ McCarthy, and ultimately, ride on that rookie quarterback. But if the Giants had the chance to trade for JJ McCarthy, I just don't think they would, especially if it's a first-round pick. Second-round pick, I might be moved. But once again, JJ McCarthy, the peak of his value is right now because we don't know what he will be. We don't know how he looks so far. We don't know how he'll perform. We don't know anything. And a lot of times when you have a rookie quarterback, once they start playing a little bit, you'll kind of get a sense of how they'll be. You'll get a sense if they're the real deal, if they're legit, or if they're not. So, in my opinion, man, once again, if I'm the New York Giants, I don't make that pick. I'm either staying put, trying to get a quarterback any way I can, or drafting a Travis Hunter and trying to find another avenue. Now, as we're on the topic with the Vikings, will the Giants sign Sam Darnold? Is that a play that's potentially, there's a chance that might happen. There's a chance. I'm not going to say that would be my favorite pick, but there's a chance that can happen. Sam Darnold was serviceable, and screw serviceable. He won 14 games to the Vikings, y'all. That doesn't happen, especially for the Giants, in a long time. And yeah, no, we're definitely not in the position to win like they won this year, but Sam Darnold was good enough. He was good enough, and I know their weapons. They have a Justin Jefferson, but, we just need a quarterback to throw the ball to Malik Neighbors. That's what we need. We need that badly, and potentially Travis Hunter, but that's another conversation. Overall, Sam Darnold, if he finds himself in the $20 million range, which I think he lost himself some money, y'all. If he won this playoff game, there's no reason he shouldn't look at Daniel Jones' contract and say, I should be in the realm of that. Or a Baker Mayfield contract, $35 million, and say, I want that. After the last two games, I definitely think he lost himself some money. But, hey, if it's serviceable for the Giants and it could potentially be a bridge quarterback, stack up some ammunition to try to trade up next year, that could be in play. And who knows, Sam Darnold could find his way back to the Big Apple and not for the Jets. Or even back to the Jets for one point. But, yeah, man, I think that's an avenue that they'll definitely try to explore. But if I'm the Giants, I personally don't want that route. If I'm a fan, I don't want that route. But there's a chance that, others might want it. So y'all let me know down in the comments, man. Once again, JJ McCarthy or Sam Darnold? Are you trading for JJ, signing Sam Darnold? Or what else are you doing? Definitely let me know down in the comments, man. And as we're closing off this video, make sure you're subscribed to my other channels. I got the Juke Media, and I also have the Juke Hoops. If you watch NBA basketball, make sure you subscribe to the Juke Hoops. And if you want to see more of my content, man, if you rock with me, subscribe over to the Juke Media. I got both channels in the description. We're trying to be active this year, y'all. 2025, we got a lot of big goals, and I got a lot of dope content coming to YouTube overall. So make sure you subscribe on those platforms, man. Thank you for rocking with me. I got more videos dropping this week for sure as this cold escapes me a bit. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace. What's going on, family? Back on here with the Juke, man. I'm calling all the Daniel Jones haters. Pull up to this video. Watch this video real quick.
Make sure you subscribe to the Juke.